Cheevo, guys!
What up, guys? This is
Cheevo, guys!
back here again with another classic completions episode. Today, we're going to be focused on College Hoops 2K6. This was nearly a launch title. I think it came out about a month after the Xbox 360 came out. As with all of the 2K6 sports titles, they all have an easy 1000 gamer score. This game specifically only has 5 achievements, and the 1000 gamer score is going to take about 30 minutes. Now, unfortunately, this game is not backwards compatible. However, you can still play it if you can find yourself a physical copy and you have an Xbox 360. Now, first thing we want to do is go to options and then gameplay. And then we want to go to the half length and we want to put that down to 10 minutes. If you guys aren't familiar with college basketball, it is split up into 2 halves, not 4 quarters. Next, you want to go to the rules and we want to turn off all of the rules, and then we want to scroll down to the different fouls or penalties, and we want to turn down the sliders on those all the way to 0. So turn the charging foul, blocking foul, reaching in foul, shooting foul, and loose ball foul all down to 0. Next, you want to open the coach settings, and then we want to turn the substitution and timeouts to manual. After that, we can go down to the game sliders, and here you can alternate through the user settings and CPU settings by pressing left or right trigger. You alternate through the different categories by pressing the left button or right button. Alright guys, so pretty much what we want to do is max out all of the user settings except for the fitness category. You can go ahead and keep those on default, and then if you want, you can press left trigger or right trigger, go to the CPU settings and turn down the CPU settings all the way to 0. Not totally necessary unless you plan on playing the CPU. In this guide, I'm going to recommend that you play against a second controller, so you are going to need 2 Xbox 360 controllers, really specifically for the 6 blocks with 1 player. It's much easier to get if you have a second controller. So real quick, let's take a look at the achievements. The first one is for making 15 3-pointers in 1 game. That's with any team, not a specific player. 20 steals with any team. 45 rebounds with any team. 6 blocks with any player. That's player specific. And then finally, 40 points with any player. So we have to get 40 points with 1 player and 6 blocks with 1 player. Other than that, as a team, we need to get 45 rebounds, 20 steals, and then 15 3-pointers. So go ahead and start up a quick game against your second controller. Personally, I chose the Arizona Wildcats and we're facing the Oregon Beavers. Now, first things first, we want to steal the ball from the second controller and then shoot a 3. We're going to do this until we get 15 threes, 40 points with 1 player, and we get our 20 steals. Now, the default controls are actually a little different than NBA 2K6. In NBA 2K6, you use the X button to steal. However, in this game, you have to use the right thumbstick to steal. So walk towards your opponent and then move the right stick towards them. Just keep moving around the right stick until you steal the ball. After you steal the ball, just make sure that you're shooting from behind the 3-point line and drain the shot. You're pretty much going to be making about 9 out of 10 shots, considering that we went into the options and we turned the shooting sliders all the way up to 100. After you get your 20 steals, 15 3-pointers, and then 40 points with 1 player, then we can start working on our rebounds. The rebounds are pretty easy if you know the trick. If you turned off the out of bounds, what you can do is go not too far but not too close. If you get in the right spot, you can throw it against the back of the backboard every time and you can grab the rebound. And you just do this 45 times and you can get an easy 45 rebounds. After you've gotten 45 rebounds, you can go into the start menu, go to the game stats, the user stats, and then just make sure that you add up all of the rebounds amongst your whole team and that you have over 45 rebounds. After that, the only achievement that we have left is the 6 blocks with 1 player. So this is where you're going to be using that second controller. You just want to give the second controller the ball and you want to grab the player that you're trying to get the 6 blocks with. I recommend taking control of your center on your team, just because, you know, this is typically the tallest player on your team. So you're going to move that tall player in front of your second player. You're going to hold X, and I recommend holding it all the way down. That way you have an extended shooting animation, and while you're shooting the ball with that second remote, you want to press Y at the same time on the first player. Y is to block. So as long as you have the players lined up in front of each other and you're pressing X on the second controller and Y on your first controller nearly at the same time, you should get an easy block. So just rinse and repeat that 6 times. Go to the start menu, look at the stats, and just make sure that you have at least 6 blocks with one player. At that point, you can just wait for the rest of the time to expire. You should have no shot clock or anything like that, so you can just leave the controller there until the time expires on the game, and then all 5 achievements should pop once the game finishes. Other than that, guys, hopefully you guys got another quick and easy 1000 gamer score. As always, I appreciate you guys tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment and don't forget to like and subscribe.